the subject is manufacturing process. Manufacturing process. So, if you consider any industry, the output of an industry is a final product. Whatever it may be made up of plastic or some metal or wood or whatever it may be, final product. In order to get any kind of final product, it requires certain manufacturing process. Okay, so the output of a manufacturing process is to get a final product. It may be semi-finished or finished product. Okay, finished or semi-finished product. Right. So it takes the input as raw material. Okay, so from the raw material, okay, it may either produce semi-final product or it may produce final product. Okay, so this manufacturing process is categorized into two types. The first one is primary manufacturing process and secondary. So from the manufacturers, what it obtains in the form of semi-finished products. It means that it requires some other operation to get the desired shape. Okay, so this semi-finished product will go to the second manufacturing process, and from the secondary manufacturing process it gives the finished product. Okay, so this is the classification of manufacturing process. Now, what are the various manufacturing operations that are comes under primary manufacturing process and secondary manufacturing process? Let us see. There are huge number of manufacturing processes that are available. But the broad classification of the manufacturing process are classified into 4 categories. Okay, 4 categories. The first category is casting process. The second category is forming process. The fourth category is fabrication or joining process. And the fourth category is material removal process. Among these, in general, this casting and forming process are primary manufacturing process, and fabrication as well as material process are secondary manufacturing process. Right. Now let us discuss on each of the manufacturing process in brief. Now let's go to the first manufacturing process, casting. Casting operation or casting process. Okay. In casting operation, it is the oldest technology. Means that from long back onwards, this process is taking place. However, due to the advancements in the manufacturing operations, there are a variety or a huge number of casting operations, so that it makes the casting operation easiest. Okay. So this casting process, which uses a liquid metal. Okay. So this liquid metal is then poured into some mold cavity. Okay, the mold cavity which has the shape of the desired object. The shape of desired object. Right. Okay. Then this liquid metal in the mold cavity, which will be allowed to solidify for some time. Okay, then the liquid metal is solidified. Okay, so this solidified liquid metal, it becomes hard or solid object which will then be removed from the mold cavity. Okay, since the object is removed from the mold cavity, the object may not have good dimensional accuracy. Since the object is not with good dimensional accuracy, it requires some other manufacturing process in order to get the object with good dimensional accuracy. Right, good dimensional accuracy, or as per the desired object with good dimensional accuracy. Right. So up to here it is primary, and once requires some other operation, those operations may be of secondary manufacturing operations or process. Right. So this is what about the casting process. The second manufacturing process is forming process. Okay, so if we see the properties of the forming process, which is solid state manufacturing operation, whereas the casting is liquid state manufacturing operation. Okay, then the next characteristic is that this manufacturing operation is with minimum amount of material wastage, right? Okay, and the third property is that if we require higher production rate, we can go for forming process. Okay. So if you see the operation of a forming process, okay, here the material is heated up to certain extent temperature. Okay, then to this heated object some amount of force or pressure will be applied so that it takes the desired shape. However, the desired shape is also doesn't have good dimensional accuracy. Right. Okay. So it requires some other operation, some other manufacturing process, right, to achieve the desired shape with good geometric accuracy. Right. Okay. So same as here. From here it is of primary manufacturing operation, and from here it is of secondary manufacturing operation. Right. So another characteristic of the forming process is that it is economical. Okay, it is economical and it produces the objects with enhanced mechanical properties. What are the mechanical properties and what are its identification will be discussed in future classes. Okay, so this is what about a forming process. The next process is fabrication process. Okay, so this fabrication process, okay, it is generally a secondary manufacturing process. Okay, and in which also if some unwanted material is there still, then the unwanted material, it is a sort of joining. Okay, joining of parts. It is a joining process, joining of parts, which will be done either permanently or temporarily. Okay, so this joining, I mean to say that the fabrication is nothing but joining of some parts. Why it is secondary process, manufacturing process is nothing but already the processed parts, just like consider joining of two plates, the help of welding. Okay, so here the first part and the second part are processed. Okay, it is maybe with forming operation or maybe with the casting operation. Now these two parts are to be joined together, then you will get the final product. Okay, so this joining is taking place with the aid of permanent process or temporary process. Okay, however, we have done the primary manufacturing operations to first and second parts. Okay, so this is called a secondary manufacturing process. Okay, so this joining of parts, either permanently or temporarily, will be done with the support of heat and pressure. Sometimes we may apply pressure, sometimes we will not apply pressure. Sometimes we may require heat, sometimes we may not require heat. Okay, so based on the working of various based on the working of fabrication process, it is broadly classified into three categories. Okay, joining is categorized into three operations. What are that? The first one is welding operation. Okay, the second one is brazing operation. Brazing operation. And the third category is soldering operation. Okay, there are huge classification again for this welding. Okay, it may be of arc welding, or it may be of resistance welding, or it may be of thermite welding. There is huge number of welding operations that will be discussed in detail later on. Okay. So this is the third manufacturing operations. Next, if we go to the next manufacturing operation, that is called material removal process. Material removal process. Okay, so this material removal process, it is also known as machining process, right? Okay. So what are these properties? Let us see. The first property is it is a secondary manufacturing process. It means that already the produced item from the primary manufacturing process, it will be subjected for the material removal. How this material is removed and what amount of material is removed. Unwanted material is removed, okay, with the aid of some machining tools. Okay, so it is called machining process, machine tools. Okay, so this unwanted material, I mean to say, why it is removed? Because to get the good geometric or dimensional accuracy. Of course, this material removal process or machining process, which is of expensive, because it requires the expensive machinery tools in order to do the operation. Okay, of course this operation is with more material wastage, more material wastage. However, this is expensive and more material wastage, but it is universally accepted or universally used, and widely used because these operations delivers products with one is good dimensional accuracy